Hello, YouTube. It's your boy Solo Sky here with a average Joe beginner endgame random build. Stormweaver Spark build. This is not your regular build. This is trial and error. This is a build that's been I've been enjoying it myself to my liking. I have cleared tier 15 maps. I've killed countless bosses. It's not the strongest. It's not optimized. It's only about 89. It's still missing some divine pieces to make it really, fairly powerful. But without further ado, let's kind of showcase this build. Um, I've did some research. I'm not an expert. Like I said, it's in the thumbnail. It's in the title. Average Joe. It's just a lot of trial and error. Different opinions. Look at it, but this is what I come up with, and it's been performing very well for me. I enjoy it a lot. So let's get to it here, ladies and gentlemen. I really enjoy the spark. The spark is a real good skill when it comes to sorcerers. It helps clear. I think this build is more of a clearing maps type of build. I have it, with spark. And I feel like spark is a very good element. Lightning is a very good element, and it's just so easy to use. Like, I just sit in the back and I just left click one button, couple of button rotation, and I just pretty much clear the whole map. Spark is a lot of people have different gems for different abilities on this different skills and stuff or whatnot, but in terms of what has done very well for me is using spark with arcane tempo, persistence, acceleration, and considered casting, because you're not really casting this. You're not really casting this. Cast is you have to wind up and cast. So it's been doing well for me. Like I said, I'm still missing gem slots. Once I do get the spark for a perfect jeweler orb, I am gonna use it for skill cost. That way I could spam more, because this build really burns a lot of mana. I also use it with Flame Wall. The reason why I'm using this build with Flame Wall is Elemental Conflux, which is very convenient. You just never know where you're going to get a random effect. A random buff effect. But 58% more damage randomly. It's with the affected element, it's pretty convenient because I use cast on minion death with Comet and Lightning Conduit. So when I be ramping up randomly, I just be clearing maps, tier 15 maps, pretty easily. So let's break it down here with what I have here. Normally I would start my rotation with Flame Wall. If I want to kill an elite, I throw the Orb of Storms with a lightning exposure, inspiration. I'm gonna switch that up and put that on spark once I get my 5th slot. Overcharge and concentrated effect. So I mean, this Orb of Storms is really gonna be doing some pretty nice DPS. It's not the best DPS out there. Like I said, this is an average Joe build, but there's a lot of average Joes just like myself out there. So I think y'all will enjoy it. I mean, I enjoy it. Fortress. I'm using Fortress with Flame Wall. That's where you get these 3 circles. It's pretty fucking convenient. I just just throw sparks everywhere, especially in an open field. I'm just literally like cruising through. Spell Cascade is basically helping me with the axis, basically. Fortress is a circle, the Spell Cascade basically throws it in an axis, so it's just, literally igniting has a chance to ignite and deal fire damage. And the projectiles that go through it deal basically it's just buffing your spark with more DPS. I have it with it intense agony, so when they do get a damage over time, which is the ignite, they they die a lot faster. You'll see right now once I get to the passive skills and do a little test run here. Um, lightning exposure with orb of storms is shocking an enemy. I need them to be shocked. 9 times out of 10, the more shock, the more damage I do to them. We'll get to that. Solid conductivity, I use that for like boss or elites, so they could take more damage. They lower their elemental resistance. I use skelet. I use a minion. I use a couple of minions, and I use Infernal Legion. That way, I can proc my cast on minion. See, they instantly die, and I'm boom throwing a comet and a lightning conduit right after it procs. Really, really nice. I also use energy retention and impetus with the cast on minion death, which is definitely very convenient to me. But if I'm gonna like really fight a boss, I drop the sigil of power, switch back to my wand and scepter, and I just pretty much melt bosses nine times out of 10. Let's go over the passive skill tree here. The passive skill tree, I've done a lot of trial and error on this. Wasted a lot of gold. But this is what has been, working for me. I've looked on Maxwell GG. Shout out to Maxwell GG to kind of give me a little sense of direction. I see how they kind of have their tree going out. I try to like tweak it into my preference. You can either go for more elemental damage or you could go for crit. I like crit. I've always liked crits. I don't know. I think crit chances maybe the way to go. I don't know yet. The build is not optimized completely. I'm only level 89, but it's been working for me nice. So it depends where you want to go. I mean, you can get some energy shield when you start off or spell damage. I think spell damage, I want to do more damage. I want to kill stuff faster. I am like really weak, like squishy. The sorcerer, I got a lot of energy shield with pure energy and dampening shield. When I get higher level, I probably might get melding, but I do have a lot of cast speed with practice signs and mana regeneration with open mind. Also, arcane surge definitely does help, but I also use exploit of elements. It's everybody's affected by elements alignments, so you're basically doing more DPS to them. A lot of people have a similar, but I feel like it's kind of tweaked. By going this direction, you can get up to the top a lot faster than using another skill point. So I had to get Arcane Surge, which is lovely, by the way. It's incredible. Very useful especially for a sorceress. But I came up, got here on natural. You get more element resistance, which is convenience. Storm Charge, more crit. 40% increased elemental damage when you crit recently. What is my crit chance? With Spark, it's my main move. I'm critting 28% chance out of... How many times? Think about it. If you do the math here, it's pretty nice. 28% crit chance. With 19 projectiles per use. That means I could... Every time I throw one, that's... Those projectiles, 19 could crit. Yeah, it's gonna really do some nice damage. It's like this build is not flat damage. This build is ramping up as you fight. Jewels, I have not the best jewels in the world, but they do just fine. Like I said, this build is not completely optimized. It's more of an average Joe build. We still got some work to do with this build, but I can kind of give y'all a sense of direction. At the end of the day, this is my first build guide. I am practicing how to create content on YouTube. This is my first ever build guide. In a sense, I don't know what I'm doing. Like I said, we wing it out here. That's what we do, baby. I came up through here. Obviously, you're gonna stack intellect. You need intellect to even do DPS or have mana because you use arcane intensity, more spell damage per 100 mana. So that's great. You need mana on this build. That's why I'm missing a lot of pieces on my gear. Don't have mana. That's why I have only 1.6k. I should have more, but I guess this gear that I have is not so optimized. I'm still missing a lot. Like this wand, 10 mana. This doesn't have mana. This doesn't have mana. This doesn't have mana. Only intelligence. Like it's 62 on my yeah, I'm still missing a lot of gear, but like I said, we are going with Spark, and Spark is lightning damage and its projectile. We'll get into the projectile speed and shock duration. Keep them shocked. Obviously, shock has a 1% chance for shock for every 4 seconds target. It basically 20% increased damage. So I want to keep everything shocked at all times, so I could do that 20% more damage. That's why I have power conduction and pure power to increase my at lightning damage per 10 intelligence. What 262, so I could do very decent damage. I have controlling magic. Critical hit chance for spells by 25%. Lovely. Like I said, I'm trying to go for crit here. I have patient barrier. Very good passive skill. I highly recommend. 60% increase maximum energy shield. Like this build is going for just energy shield, squishy. I'm not using this passive over here. I'm not using all damage is taken from mana before life. My mana just drains. Like I don't need that. I feel like I could survive a lot better without it. I also have ingenuity. That's 25 intelligence, more spell damage, more mana. Makes sense to me. Skill effect duration. You know, you want the shock to constantly be on it on enemies as fast as as long as you can. I also have turn the clock forward, the projectile speed. The more speed the projectile has for the spark, the more damage it does. If that makes any sense, I think it does for me. That's how spark works. If you go down here, you can get ether flow, reduce mana regeneration while stationary, increase while moving. So basically, you want to always constantly move. If I stand still, it's like nothing, but look at the increase. My mana regeneration is what? Mana regeneration, like I said, this gear still is missing a lot. I get the 365 per second, so you want to always move around. I guess the fortress with the firewall, definitely you stay within the firewall and you just constantly ramping up. Let's see what else here. I went with arcane intensity, 3% spell damage per 100 mana. That's what 16%. No, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Yeah, it's about 20-30% more. Raw mana cost is, increased mana cost, but 12% more maximum mana, which is lovely. If you go down here, you can get branching bolts to chain an additional time. That is amazing. I wanted to chain more times. More lightning damage and attack and cast speed while with lightning skills. I came down and used an extra point for this jewel. Curse duration. I used conductivity to make sure that they take a more elemental, more lightning damage to reduce their resistance. So I came down here and got more crit, more crit hit chance. That's why my crit damage bonus is low. I want more crit. I want to crit more. I also got crit exploit. I'm probably either gonna go down here and get echoing thunder and wild storm, possibly when the build gets to when the build gets to how do I say this, 100. Let's optimize this key here and this the showcaser here. Hopefully I can fight a boss so y'all can see. See if there's have a boss around here somewhere. See if I can find a boss here real quick. The boss damage, I'm still working on it. I feel like this build is more for clearing. Once we'll just do this, we'll do this one for now. I feel like this this build that I have it, the way I have it, it's been working for me. Working for me nice. I feel like you could just maybe tweak it a little bit for more single target damage. I'm gonna just clear this map here. What I'm trying to do is just literally move constantly. I'm trying to clear fast. That's my whole objective. I feel like this build is not yet so strong. Maybe once I get more gear with more divines, I'll probably be able to kill bosses a lot easier. Resistances are not that bad. 60, 60, 75, 63 fire cold, 60, 75 lightning. It's pretty. Resistances are not maxed yet. Like this gear is not optimized completely, but it will. It does nice. That comment once in land, if there was monsters around with the lightning conduit, we'll just wipe out everything else afterwards. But as you can see, I'm just literally just firewall, spark, nothing really much gets next to me. I feel like I could go for the next passive. I can have more mana, more DPS. If I could stay alive and not just dodge, I mean dodge 99% of the time, I can pretty much clear everything with no issue. It's basically a little quick average Joe guide to this, you know, kind of showcase the build a little bit. I know there's probably other smart builds out there, but or I'll take that. I've pretty much used this combo since I started. I've used Flame Wall and okay, let's see. This is a perfect example of fighting something pretty strong. So I use Sigil Power, switch back, swap, throw the Flame Orb, and Essence gets melted in seconds. They buffed they buffed them this time around with the recent update. I'm gonna be making more guides here. I'm leveling up a ranger. I might do a little guide for my monk. I have like a 91 monk. I haven't really used them ever since I've started using the sorcerer Stormweaver. The clearing is just so easy. I'm constantly backcasting. Monsters don't get next to me. They just die instantly. And alright, where's the pretty clear, pretty fast. Very convenient. Just going through it fast. Normally I try to clear 100%. 2 sparks right there, everything's dead. And the map is done. Could probably showcase a breach, but I'll probably do that in another video. Just showcasing what this build can pretty much do. It's very convenient. It's fast. It's mobile. I don't have blink. but I feel like a lot of my damage comes with this. Not a lot of people use it, but and there's there's the build. There's the passive tree. There's the clear. Just clear to 15, no issue. Barely lost energy shield. Monsters never really get next to me. I'll probably optimize it and look for more damage for a boss, but this is what I have for now. So I appreciate y'all watching the video. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe if you want to. I'll see you next time.